Section 1. Unlocking Nature's Library. Introducing Taxonomy and Systematics. Imagine a library with millions of books, but no system to organize them. Each book represents a different piece of knowledge, a different story waiting to be discovered. But without a proper system, finding the information you need would be like searching for a needle in a haystack. Finding a specific book would be impossible. You'd spend hours, maybe even days, sifting through piles of disorganized volumes, growing more frustrated with each passing moment. Taxonomy and systematics are like the librarians of the natural world. They provide the structure and order needed to navigate the vast diversity of life on Earth. They bring order to the incredible diversity of life on Earth. From the tiniest microorganisms to the largest mammals, every living thing has its place in the grand tapestry of life. Taxonomy is the science of identifying, naming, and classifying organisms. It involves meticulous observation and detailed analysis to ensure each species is correctly categorized. Systematics is the study of their evolutionary relationships, like building a family tree for all living things. It helps us understand how different species are related to one another and how they have evolved over time. These fields are essential for understanding and conserving life on our planet. By studying the relationships and classifications of organisms, we can make informed decisions about conservation efforts and environmental protection. Without them, studying the millions of species, from tiny bacteria to giant whales, would be overwhelmingly chaotic. The sheer volume of information would be too much to handle without a systematic approach. By organizing and classifying organisms, we can better understand their characteristics, behaviors, and interactions within ecosystems. This knowledge is crucial for maintaining the delicate balance of our natural world and ensuring the survival of countless species for generations to come. Section 2. The Dawn of Order. A History of Taxonomy. The desire to classify the natural world is ancient, with roots in practical needs like identifying edible plants and venomous animals. Early classification systems were often based on superficial similarities, like grouping all flying creatures together, regardless of their true relationships. The father of taxonomy, Carl Linnaeus, revolutionized the field in the 18th century. He introduced a hierarchical system of classification, organizing organisms into increasingly specific groups based on shared characteristics. His system, using binomial nomenclature, two-part Latin names like Homo sapiens for humans, provided a standardized way to name and classify species, a system still used today. Section 3. The Web of Life. Understanding Biodiversity Through Classification. Taxonomy and systematics are fundamental to understanding biodiversity, the variety of life on Earth. By classifying organisms, we can identify hotspots of biodiversity, areas with high concentrations of unique species. This information is crucial for conservation efforts, allowing us to focus on protecting these vital areas. Furthermore, understanding evolutionary relationships helps us trace the origins of life and track how organisms have adapted to changing environments over millions of years. This knowledge is essential for studying evolution, ecology, and even medicine. Section 4. Modern Methods. Decoding Life's Blueprint. Modern taxonomy and systematics have gone far beyond simply observing physical characteristics. Today, scientists utilize powerful technologies like DNA sequencing to analyze the genetic makeup of organisms. This allows for a much more accurate and detailed understanding of evolutionary relationships, revealing hidden connections and revising previous classifications. Bioinformatics, the use of computer science to analyze biological data, has become an essential tool for taxonomists. Massive databases store genetic information and other biological data, allowing researchers worldwide to collaborate and share their findings, accelerating the pace of discovery. As Section 5. Pioneers of Classification, Linnaeus and Beyond. Carl Linnaeus, often referred to as the father of modern taxonomy, laid the groundwork for the classification of living organisms. His system of binomial nomenclature, which assigns a two-part Latin name to each species, is still in use today. Linnaeus's work was revolutionary, providing a structured way to name and categorize the vast diversity of life on Earth. Carl Linnaeus might be the most well-known, but many other brilliant minds have shaped the fields of taxonomy and systematics. These pioneers have expanded our understanding of the natural world. each contributing unique insights and discoveries that have built upon Linnaeus's foundational work. Georges Cuvier, a French naturalist, developed the concept of extinction, recognizing that the fossil record showed evidence of species that no longer existed. His work in paleontology and comparative anatomy was groundbreaking, as he meticulously studied fossils and living organisms to understand their relationships and evolutionary history. Charles Darwin's theory of evolution by natural selection provided the framework for understanding the relationships between organisms and revolutionized our understanding of life's history. His observations during the voyage of the HMS Beagle, particularly in the Galapagos Islands, led to the development of his theory, which explained how species adapt and evolve over time. More recently, Lynn Margulis proposed the groundbreaking theory of endosymbiosis, explaining the origin of complex cells through symbiotic relationships between simpler organisms. Her theory suggested that key organelles within eukaryotic cells, such as mitochondria and chloroplasts, originated from free-living bacteria that were engulfed by ancestral host cells. Her work revolutionized our understanding of the early evolution of life. By proposing that cooperation and symbiosis were as important as competition in the evolution of life, Margulis challenged traditional views and opened new avenues of research in evolutionary biology. The contributions of these pioneers have collectively advanced our knowledge, shaping the way we study and understand the natural world today. Section 6. Curious Taxonomy, Intriguing Facts about the Natural World. The world of taxonomy is full of fascinating and sometimes bizarre creatures. Did you know that there's a species of jellyfish that's practically immortal? The Turritopsis dohrnii can revert to its polyp stage after reaching sexual maturity, essentially turning back its biological clock. Or that there's a fungus that turns ants into zombies. Ophiocordyceps unilateralis infects ants and manipulates their behavior, forcing them to climb up vegetation before killing them. The fungus then releases its spores from the ant's body, ensuring their spread. Section 7. Taxonomy in your backyard. The relevance of classification. Taxonomy and systematics might seem like obscure scientific fields, but they impact our lives every day. These disciplines are the backbone of our understanding of the natural world, providing a framework to identify, name, and categorize the myriad forms of life on Earth. Without taxonomy, the organization of biological information would be chaotic, making it difficult to study and conserve biodiversity. When you enjoy a slice of bread, you're benefiting from the work of taxonomists who classified the wheat used to make it. The classification of wheat varieties has allowed for the development of strains that are more nutritious, disease-resistant, and better suited to different climates. This ensures a stable food supply and contributes to global food security. When you take antibiotics to fight an infection, you're relying on the classification of bacteria to target the right treatment. Accurate identification of bacterial species is crucial for developing effective antibiotics and for understanding the mechanisms of resistance. This knowledge helps healthcare professionals prescribe the correct medication, ultimately saving lives. Even a simple walk in the park becomes more meaningful when you can identify the different species of trees, birds, and insects you encounter. This ability to recognize and name the flora and fauna around us enriches our outdoor experiences and fosters a greater appreciation for nature. It also encourages conservation efforts by highlighting the diversity and beauty of local ecosystems. Understanding the names and relationships of the organisms around us deepens our connection to the natural world. It allows us to see the intricate web of life and how each species plays a role in the ecosystem. This knowledge not only satisfies our curiosity, but also inspires us to protect and preserve the environment for future generations. Section 8. Conservation and Taxonomy. Protecting biodiversity through knowledge. In the face of a global biodiversity crisis, taxonomy and systematics have never been more important. By identifying and classifying species, we can assess their conservation status, identify those at risk of extinction, and develop strategies to protect them. Understanding the evolutionary relationships between organisms helps us predict how they might respond to threats like climate change or habitat loss. This knowledge is vital for developing effective conservation strategies and ensuring the long-term survival of species. Section 9. Conclusion. Taxonomy and systematics in a changing world. As our planet faces unprecedented environmental challenges, the fields of taxonomy and systematics are more relevant than ever. By continuing to explore, classify, and understand the incredible diversity of life on Earth, we equip ourselves with the knowledge needed to protect our planet's biodiversity for future generations. Every new species discovered, every evolutionary relationship unraveled, brings us closer to understanding the intricate web of life and our place within it. The journey of taxonomy and systematics is ongoing, an endless exploration of the wonders of the natural world.